Beloved, welcome back to the shop. In today's video, I'm going to show you or teach you a skill that all PROhO should know, and it's how to sew a button on your work pants or your dungarees or your jeans. I've got a pair of 11-ounce Buzz Rickson. These are replicas of the 1937 jeans that were worn, or the dungarees worn by the U.S. Army, with the buckle in the back. These are 11-ounce, made on the original U.S. looms with the slubby yarn. So they're really a nice set of jeans, but I lost a button. Unfortunately, I found it, so I'll show you how to go about putting this back on. To sew your button on, you'll need a pair of scissors, some heavy-duty polyester thread, and a needle. If you don't have a sewing kit, the best deal that I've found is you can buy military sewing kits, and they have some extra buttons and multiple colors of threads and everything that you need, it all in kind of one package, and they're pretty affordable. So we'll start with pulling out about 2 feet of thread. We're going to double this up so it's nice and strong. We'll thread this through our needle. You want to match the ends, and it should look something like this here. Take your scissors and trim the threads. I like to leave a little remnant of it so I can remember where the button goes. At the end of the thread, we're going to make a loop. We're going to tie a hard knot. And I'll do this twice. Maybe 3 times. Now we're ready to start sewing. We're going to come through with the needle on the back side, and we're going to form a small X. Your X should look something like this. This is going to give us the location where to put the button. Now, these are the original replicas of the original U.S. military buttons. Now we're going to take the needle, and where we first went through, where a knot was, we'll come through and through our button. Now we're going to sew exactly the same as we did, following the X that we made. And we're going to do this about 6 times or so. After we've gone through all buttonholes 6 times, we're going to come in through the back, And instead of going through the buttonhole, we're going to wrap 6 times around the shank. Now we'll go back through. Pull it snug. And take your needle and go underneath the X's that you made. And this will form a small loop. Run the needle back through the loop, and we're going to tie 2 hard knots. Let's tie 3 just because we like to overdo things. Back through the loop and make a hard knot and pull it taut. Now you can take your scissors, trim that off, and you've just sewn on your first button. A fun fact, if you are traveling and you have a button that comes loose or is coming loose, usually hotels will have a sewing kit that they will loan you. They usually have those behind the counter, and you can sew on a button. Now, it's a little bit different with this style of button because if you look at the shape of it, it's kind of shaped like a bowl, and that will give you the space that you need when you put it through the buttonhole, and it won't be too tight. You see, you need to allow for the fabric to go behind there, and these buttons are designed so that you can pull the thread tight and they still leave that room. If you have a button that's flat, what you'll have to do is when you're doing your X, when you're going through the button, I think my grandma, how she used to do it, she would lay a needle on the top like this. And then when you're doing your 6 crisscrosses, you go over top the needle, and when you're all done, you can pull it out, and that creates a little bit of space so that flat button will move up a little bit, and there's room for the fabric in the buttonhole. That's all there is to it. This will work with the shirt or coat or anything that has buttons. All you need is just the 3 simple things and you're off to the races. So hope this helps. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.